Okay, so in this video, I would like to talk about some main topics that everyone must know using Splunk SOAR. And we'll talk about events, cases, labels, tags, workbooks, and so on. So if you are already familiar with these topics, feel free to skip on to the next video. In my demonstration, I'm using a free version of Splunk SOAR that I downloaded from this page, and I installed it on my CentOS machine, and I'm using a VMware machine. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is the system health monitoring page. You can see it's right under the administration tab. We can see a nice monitoring dashboard of the memory usage, CPU load average, and the disk usage resources. In a future video, I will show you how we can monitor it automatically via a playbook. And also there's a list of the running daemons in the system. You can see a short description of each one and how it consumes resources. There's an option to restart each daemon one by one here, and if you want, in case of slowness in the system, we can restart all the daemons at once. If we go to I will show you the path. The default path is OPT Phantom Bean. There is a script to stop Phantom. It will stop all the daemons one by one in one click. There is a script to start Phantom in case it doesn't restart automatically. If you want to stop daemon, a specific daemon in a script, we use it that way. Stop daemon. And then we add the name of the specific daemon we want. For example, this will stop the decide daemon. Moving on, I would like to talk about the subjects I've mentioned in the beginning of the video. So our first and best friend while using Splunk SOAR is the documentation. And for beginners, I would recommend to start with the About page. You can see here there's a table. Just a second. There's a table listing the most important components in the system, description, and links if you want to go even deeper of understanding. Okay, the first item I would like to talk about is an artifact. Artifact is a piece of information such as a file hash, IP address, email header, log, or anything that is important for us to explore. Okay. Multiple artifacts are stored in a container. A container is a JSON objects file, as the artifacts are, by the way, that then ingested into the system. I will show you here. This is the list of the events containers I have. Each container is a JSON object file, has these fields. It could contain multiple artifacts. Okay, and on each artifact you can perform an action. If you can perform a playbook, which is a series of automated tasks on an artifact, or all the artifacts, or maybe some of them in the container. You can choose. Okay, whether you want on a specific artifact, on all artifacts, or only new artifacts. And one thing important to understand about containers, that the containers are labeled by a label, okay, which are predefined label. You can add labels if you want, and the thing about label is that when you configure a playbook to work, you have to define on which label it should operate on. For example, let's say I want to run a playbook on this container. It will show me from the list only playbooks from the same label that I chose right now. Okay, for the label generator, for example. Now our next item is a case, okay? So let's quickly go over a case. A case is basically a container, okay? But there are two important differences that separates it from a classic container. First one is that a container can hold other containers, okay? For example, this is the list of the containers I have. This is the list of the cases. If I want, I can add this container to an existing case, and by this way, a case could contain multiple containers, okay? The second difference is that case can have phase and task, which are organized into workbooks to track and manage all action taken. For example, if I go to cases, I can click on the one case that I have for this demonstration. It opens a workbook tab for me, and each case is related to at least one workbook, which basically is a guideline to what should I do as an analyst when I have this case, okay? It's a list of tasks. I can have also names of specific playbooks to operate on this specific case. And it's very helpful for an analyst to follow, a specific guideline that tells him what to do. So, as I said, there's an option to add a container to an existing case, and also, if I click on the container, I have this suitcase here, which is promote to case. Here I can choose if I want to promote it to a new case, and if I promote it to a new case, I have to choose on which workbook to operate on. Okay guys, to sum up this video, I think that we've managed to learn some of the most basic components in the system, but still I recommend you to read also about applications, assets, and how to run actions in playbooks. I think we're ready to move on to the next level, okay? So see you in my next videos.